All right. We have a great episode today. Y'all are going to really, really like it. I sat down with Jake Penny. If you don't know Jake, he is the king of Chester. Him and his partner, they probably have 115 units in Chester alone, all single family also. So they're buying tons of units. Awesome sitting down with him. A wealth of knowledge. It was really, really cool. But before we get into the episode, it's brought to you, like always, by Renovo Financial, baby. So if you need a hard money loan, go to Renovo. Hit up Jeremy from Renovo. Everyone making big money in this area. That's who they're going with. And when you want to refinance out, get a DSCR loan, bro, Renovo Financial, they do it all. The hard money, the refis, you name it. One-stop shop. Let's go. Make your life easy. Hit up my boy Jeremy from Renovo. Bing, bang, boom. Let's get it, everybody. I hope you enjoy the episode. I know I did.
Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do. Let's get this right there, man.
Yeah, thank you again for coming out.
Yeah,
it's your water, obviously.
Cool.
My friends talk about you all the time.
Hopefully
yeah,
good
he's
thing.
Buying. Yeah,
Hopefully good thing.
My buddy Carm talks about you all the time. But yeah, he's so easy.
Carmen. Yep.
Yeah, they
Carmen and Jeff.
The king of Chester.
Yeah.
What a place to be king.
Hey, man.
King, bro.
We do it big in Chester, man.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Heck, I'm excited to talk to you about real estate, buying and rentals, stakes, anti-aging. Let's get into it, bro. I'm excited to get to know you.
For sure.
Heck,
I'm excited.
Let's go, man. So let me ask, so you're mainly just a landlord. You don't do any flips. You just, from my understanding of you, you buy a ton of rentals, or am I wrong?
Yeah, so started back in 2016, dropped out of college.
Respect.
And went to those webinar, those free seminars, fix this, flip, blah, blah, blah.
There we go.
And signed up for this boot camp, whatnot, spent money that I didn't have, got into fix and flipping. Before I even got into the weeds, bought my first 3 properties with Leanna, who's my partner. Started fixing and flipping in a while. And then fast forward a couple years, started seeing uncertainty in the market. Had like 7 rentals at the time.
Okay.
Uncertainty in the market. I was like, man, I don't know how to do anything else. I hate working with my hands. I hate being.
Bro, you dress so nice. You're not the kind of guy that works with your hands. Pay someone to do it.
So I was like, look, the market's changing. We got to get this passive income. We have to start getting that monthly check coming in, no matter what, doing the work once and getting paid forever. So we started ramping up right before COVID. Buying a ton of rentals. Started with 7 right before COVID. Here we are today at 115.
Shark, bro. 115.
Yeah.
That's a lot of doors.
Yeah, man. So pretty much all single family. I think 90 single family homes. The rest are small multifamily. 2 through 3, and then 1 8-unit building.
All right.
So.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. And it's all. So is it mainly all in Chester for the most part?
For the most part, yeah. And then we have other stuff all the way, from lower Delaware County all the way up to upper Delaware County. But I don't go outside of Delaware County. I did have stuff in Jersey, did have stuff in Philly, just 2 different beasts.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily, vibe with that type of stuff. So I was like, let me just stick to the grassroots.
Yeah, let's stick to what you know and go super deep in it.
Yep.
Man, that's a lot of rentals, bro. You like it?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people are always like, single family sucks. I got into the whole multifamily boot camps, joined Rod Khleif's Warrior Mastermind, whatever, because I thought that was the path.
Just less transactions.
More doors. And then I started getting into the weeds, going to a lot of the masterminds. And a lot of these guys, they'll own, 500,000 doors, 2,000 doors, but they only own like 5% of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do this for legacy, so that my future, I'm the breakout, so future generations can have the breakthrough.
Yeah.
And
so you're your kids, they have a good life. Their kids have a good life. Then their kids maybe ruin it all.
Yeah. Well, that's truly how it goes if you don't set up the right estate planning and structure and everything like that. Because like I grew up as a kid, I wake up in the morning, my dad wouldn't be home. I would go to bed, my dad wouldn't be home. Not because he was a bad father, because he put 18-hour days. And I was like, man, like he's giving us a great life, but hard works, like working hard sucks. Working smarter and using money to make you money is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, wanted to own our portfolio entirely. Me and Leanna, we wanted to own everything, not have any equity partners or anything like that. So yeah, we just dived in, started raising a bunch of capital, doing the full gut method. So we don't have a lot of maintenance. So we'll go in, we'll buy a property from Carmen, for instance, and we'll gut it down to the studs, new electric, plumbing, HVAC, new roofs, new kitchens, bathrooms, everything. So that way we don't have a lot of CapEx for the first 10 years, call it.
Okay.
Now we'll have your little nuance maintenance stuff, but nothing that is too crazy. We may try to make it an indestructible maintenance, least maintenance as possible with efficient materials.
Okay. And I've been like, all your houses have all the same stuff?
For the most part, I mean, like the finishes are the same stuff, but we'll switch around cabinet colors, fixtures, tile selection.
Yeah.
The flooring is fairly the same. I use light-proof 22-millimeter wear on everything. It's indestructible. Okay. Costs a little bit of money, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I use that cheap shit from Home Depot or like the Lowe's brand, and it would just crumble. So, I got off my my wallet and started spending a little bit more coin to have a better product. Because, a lot of this is not everybody's doing this, but there's a lot of other guys in the market. And you want to stick out, right? Yes. You want to have the product because it's product. Real estate is the vehicle, but like your house is what you put out is your product. So you want to be able to stick out from all your competitors and not just do the builder grade shaker cabinets, Subway tile, Home Depot builder pack.
The Home Depot special.
Yeah, the Home Depot special. You don't want to do that. And in Philadelphia, you see a lot of more custom stuff.
Okay,
right?
Yes.
But in the burbs, you don't. It's just like, let's slap them up and be done.
It's more competitive, the inside of the houses, I think, in Philly than it is in the suburbs by far. What I see is on the wholesale side, it's just like what passes. Maybe you disagree with me, but...
Yeah, I don't really know, because I only deal with like a few wholesalers. They come to me. They know I close no matter what. It's super, like, no headaches whatsoever. Yeah. And I'll, no matter how many deals they bring me, I'll buy them.
I mean, like the finishes inside the house and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And in Philly, it's definitely like you're competing against a vast amount of people.
Yes.
That
like
have
a rental, if you want these suckers leased out, you need to make them tip top nice.
Right.
There's so many people.
Yeah, you're competing with a bunch of other people that might have, they have material sourcing way better than you do. Yeah. They're buying in bulk from China or whatever that may be. But yeah, that's the game right now.
I dig it. And you're doing full renovations on everything? That's
Yep. Yeah, full renovations.
It saves you a lot of headache.
Yeah. As much as possible, right? You still have like, the first 30 to 45 days when they move in, there'll be little stuff like traps coming undone, which is tenant, they're a problem. Like the trap just doesn't come done, but it's little stuff that happens. That's, or like, the door locks don't lock properly on the exterior because it wasn't routed correctly, like little stupid stuff. Yes. Nothing major, but that you handle. And we do all the management ourselves in the house. Yeah, we vertically integrated everything, systems, processes, procedures, a bunch of GCs that we work with. Okay. So it's like we're 24-hour sending maintenance people. Where other landlords are like, hey, I'll get to it when I get to it. So I'm going to break the bank.
You're going to have them come that day.
Yeah, I'm going to have them come that day. And that's why we have such a good product in that area. We're recognized they know us. We're recognized by the housing department, the economical redevelopment department, city officials, because we're the product coming in and getting rid of that slumlord mentality in these programs.
Okay. All right. And do you do a lot of Section 8 or is it mainly self-paying?
A lot of Section 8, yeah. A lot of Section 8, whether that's Section 8, VA, rapid housing, not witness protection, but what is the other one? Domestic abuse. So we work with domestic abuse as well, where they need to get out of so a lot of single women that are renters. Yes. I mean, honestly, I think they're the best tenants. truthfully, that sexist or not, but I think single women are the best tenants, the most responsible. I don't know. I just think, they got their shit together. Most men don't. I don't want to, admit it, but it's the truth.
No, they won't be mad at us for saying that. They will be all right. That's cool. That's a good point, probably.
Yeah. So, that's the majority.
Is more organized than most guys.
Oh, God.
I get that.
Without a doubt. If it wasn't for that woman right there, a lot of this wouldn't have been possible either. So.
Heck yeah. And y'all do this fully together?
Yeah, we started it together full time. She's the one that said, chase your dreams. She's the one that made me go to that 3-day boot camp.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to spend the money. We're going to do, I'll read a few books first and, then spend the money. She was like, no, we're doing it now. Swipe the credit cards, and jumped right into it full time and never looked back. And it was a rough road in the beginning. I mean, especially getting into it when I was 20 years old.
That's young, man. To hit the streets, that's really young.
So I was a young guy in the industry, in our local market. A lot of the older silver-haired guys were like, you're never going to make $1 million in real estate. And like, that really pissed me off because why else would you get into real estate? For finance? I mean, it might not be, everybody's financial freedom is different, right? $1 million, $10 million, $100,000, whatever it may be. But that stuck with me at a local RIA group in our market, and ever since then I've never gone back to one.
That's funny.
I don't associate.
I wouldn't either if they were talking like that.
But got started back in there in 2016. Was featured on DIY Network First Time Flippers in 2017 or 18. So that was a cool little claim to fame.
Yeah, I bet your social media blew up a little.
I wasn't even doing social media.
Don't tell me this, dude.
Yeah, man. So. Yeah, here we are today.
How do you and your partner meet?
So we actually met in middle school. Actually, it's a long journey.
No way.
My dad's best friend lived next to her parents. So like I would always see her around, even though we didn't go to the same schools.
Yeah.
We just met in middle school, and eventually we went to the same school in high school. She was in Catholic school. I was in public school. I had to move out of public school and go to Catholic school.
You were a bad boy.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So my parents moved me into Catholic school,
smart.
and that was 10th grade, and then we, got together in college.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Man, that's really nice. So y'all have known your families are intertwined forever.
Yep.
Y'all know each other.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. And now y'all just stacking doors.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, she has her lane, right? She takes care of property management, property maintenance. She's all dialed in on that. I'm like the acquisition, disposition. Not that we do any wholesaling, but like I'm out there, reaching out to wholesalers, reaching out to referral partners. I don't do any dialing or any marketing myself.
No.
But, and then I'm out there raising capital, teaching investors that are, much older than us, like the silver heads. What a self-directed IRA is, what a solo 401k is, what an EQRP is, whole life insurance, how they can use these products to invest in Main Street instead of Wall Street, not only making double-digit, greater than average returns, but also making a social impact in the local community by, one, improving the neighborhood, and then two, providing local jobs. So it's like, hey, you get a great ROI plus a social ROI, and your money's backed by a rock solid, tangible real estate, right? You can't do that in the markets.
No.
So, I do around teaching that, doing seminars, webinars, reaching out to existing private lenders in the space already, teaching that, raising money, and then going out and placing that capital for individuals as debt partners at first. We go in, we buy those properties, fix them up. We're in and out in, 3 weeks to 8 weeks, full guts. And then we're starting to refinance.
That quick?
You
probably, after 115 doors, you probably have really quick systems and programs. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Our little scratch and splashes are like anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Our full guts are, 3 weeks to 6 weeks, 8 weeks max. But it's just boom, boom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It took us a long time to get there because when we first started, it would take us like 9 months to finish a project. But we weren't dialed in. We're still green.
No, of course.
We weren't resourceful enough to search for different contractors outside of our marketplace. We just went to what was known right in front of us. And, the only thing with contractors, the first three letters is con. So you have to really be careful. We got we got screwed at first. We almost went under in the first year.
Oh, is it true?
Yeah, we borrowed about $500,000 from private investors.
Okay.
And
your first year, you're getting that much private money?
it was probably like a year and a half in.
That's cool. Man. I'm gonna have you come on my YouTube and then do a whole private money.
Hey, I would love
series.
to. I love it.
Link your YouTube.
It's one of my favorite things to talk about because it's I hate Wall Street. I'm like a Wall Street rebel because of how many people get taken advantage of every single day. The hardworking middle class person. The 401k is a 101k. It's a money grab for the IRS at a future date.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's their piggy bank. It's not your retirement. It's their piggy bank. That's it. You
don't get to touch it till you're 60-something.
Right.
And it's a huge tax ticking time bomb.
Oh, it's only going to go up, as for taxes. But yeah, love talking about private investing, private lending, all those vehicles that they can lend out.
Yeah.
Home equity lines of credit, stuff like that. But yeah.
Man, and so a year and a half in, you raised $500,000.
Yeah, it was. We bought a bunch of deals. A year and a half in, raised like $500,000. Was on DIY Network. As we're filming this show, we get burned by 3 contractors in a row. It was like probably close to like 60 grand. And Leanne and I weren't finished the project. We maxed out all of our credit cards for the education, plus, the freaking use the float for materials and stuff like that. So we were out of money. Totally undershot budgets. We were super, super green, and went to our parents and was like, "Hey, mom, dad, her parents, my parents, can we borrow money to finish these projects? We're cooked." Neither of our parents having any financial means. Investing isn't in our bloodline whatsoever. Like barely even a 401k.
Yeah. No way. So you guys don't come from like financially sophisticated parents?
Nope, no, not at all. Literally, to try to get my first 3 deals, I went to every single bank in my area, applied for the loans to get to them. They all shot me down. Then I asked my dad, "Hey, can you co-sign with me?" They all shot me down again. So then I went to a loan shark. Pretty much, I thought he was a hard money lender. Like 3 days before closing, he backs out of the deals. I have like 40 grand hard on 3 different deals because I was buying them all at the same time. And he backs out 3 days before the deal, has some
he says,
syndication deal he's putting the money into. So then that forced me into private money 3 days before my first 3 closing. So I was banging the phone to every single family member. Thank God grandma picked up. Literally, this book is dedicated to my grandmom. My whole success is dedicated to grandmom. She foot the bill and became our first investor.
Grandma, shout out to the grandma.
She became my private lender. But yeah, we were doing deals and stuff. Contractors screwed us, maxed out credit cards. Credit score took a dive from like 700s to like 500 flat, dude. And couldn't pay my credit card bills. Barely could afford gas in the truck. Thank God we're still living at home, because lived off of mom and dad for a little bit. But we went to our parents, was like, "Hey, can we have money to like bail us out?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "No, sell everything. Take this as a hard life lesson, and start from scratch. Go get a job and work on paying everybody back that you borrowed money from." And I'm like, absolutely not. No, there's only plan B, plan A. There's no plan B ever. No, I mean, plan B, you should be so dedicated and focused on that North Star plan,
Plan A, yeah.
Plan A.
You got one direction that you're going.
If you even think about a plan B, it's like,
you're never going to get to plan A anyway. Good luck. See you later.
So I was like, absolutely not. I was really pissed off. I had a bad juju against them for a little bit, both our parents. And I was like, man, why wouldn't they give us money? Like, blah, 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 blah. But it honestly, it was a great learning experience because they said what we will do, our dads, is we'll put on our tool belts every single day after work, help you finish these projects. You guys don't know shit about construction, but we do. we'll help you finish these projects every single day after work and it was like the next like 4 months. We were at these projects every single day from like, me and Leanna were there from the morning, but our dads came after work and we were there till like 10, 11 o'clock every night, swinging hammers, trying to finish this, doing this tile, doing painting, doing flooring, doing plumbing. And, they helped pull us out of that rut. But that gave us like the grit, the perseverance, also like the knowledge of what actually goes into construction.
Yeah, because you're there, you're watching them do everything, so you're getting a great foundation.
They front us the money to buy like tools, so we had them just in case this ever happened again. But it was a great learning experience. But we almost went under like fairly shortly in because we, thought we were sharks and bit off more than we could chew right out the gate.
Yeah.
But that's
respect for every part of that, honestly.
Yeah.
Raising the half a meal that, fresh into it, screwing the money up, and then fixing it is so cool, man.
Yeah. So I spent like the next 2 years digging myself out of this shithole that I put myself in from the credit perspective.
Yes.
Right? Because, I was ton of late payments, all this shit. And
of course.
Had to go through credit repair, and that was a nightmare, but got back to normalcy.
Yes.
For like 2 years. But yeah, and then we just did a lot of flipping and then just started buying rentals,
Yeah. And then started scooping them up and keeping them.
Yeah. I mean, what we do works for us. If you look in like certain areas, there's like not a lot of inventory. Like if you really want to scale a portfolio in single family, I feel like it takes a lot.
What do you mean you think it takes a lot? It's a lot of transactions.
It's a lot of transactions you need, and especially if you're only cash flowing, a few $100s a door. What does financial freedom look like?
Mm-hmm.
Majority of people, they go in and they're like, oh, I gotta buy this rental. Here's $40,000 down payment. And they're like, oh, I need to save $40,000 again, and that takes years of hard work to save up $40,000 for the average person. And I was like, there has to be a better way than this. So I figured out the Burr strategy from bigger pockets.
And it was all over.
And it was a game changer. So literally we figured out the Burr in a market that we work, call it Chester Kings, whatever you want.
Yeah, the Chester King and Queen. I love it.
But we figured out the Burr model there, what we do, the product we give, and the values we get when it comes to rents and the ARVs on these properties. We're no money in the deals, or we're cashing out tax free, and then we just roll that investor right into another one, and it's rinse and repeat. And that's how we've been able to scale to 115 properties.
Dang. And so I would assume, a year and a half in, you're raising $500,000. I'd be shocked if you were adding money into these deals.
Yeah, no, I've structured it to where I never use my own money.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I don't like it. My money is made for some saunas or steaks or some shit. Yeah, man. So
I dig it. That's awesome. So how many deals are you guys buying now? I feel like you probably bought everything in Chester.
Not yet. No, there's so many. It's a mini Philadelphia, except with less bureaucracy, more landlord friendly.
Okay.
By a long shot. Yesterday we bought 2 deals, one in Chester, one not in Chester.
Okay.
And then we have a 8-property portfolio we're buying this month as well. That is all in Chester. I think maybe 2 more in Upland.
Okay.
So
your phone, I'm guessing, is just off hook from wholesalers all day?
Yeah. Literally in the past 2 days, I've had 4 or 5 deals hit my phone, and that's usually like an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
A couple deals a day.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, and then I cherry pick them. They know me because I'll buy them. There's no problem, no fugazi bullshit.
Yeah, especially if you're private money, you're probably very.
And even if I'm tapped out, with capital, I'll always make it work because I'm not going to turn a deal down because I don't want them going anywhere else. Like the thing is, I want to own my market. I don't want anybody, else getting these deals.
I get that.
And if I can't do it, I want somebody that I know I can trust getting that deal too.
Yeah, so it's a right if they eat.
Yeah. But that's just how I like it.
I dig that, man. That's really, really funny. And who are you refinancing out with?
So we use RCN Capital for everything.
Okay. I don't know much about them. You probably been.
They're out of Connecticut. They are the largest DSCR lender in the U.S.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, by volume and capital.
Okay.
So we use them for everything from start to finish. Application to close, refinance, minimal documents whatsoever. 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So, and who I work with, Sarah Harris at RCN Capital, she makes it like butter. No problem whatsoever. I've gone around to other people in the past 2 years, and it's been pretty crazy, more like traditional financing, and I hate traditional banks because they fucked me from day one.
Yeah, so you have my head again.
Yeah, well, not really, but
you have to shop them around. You got to use my guy at Renova Financial.
All right, I'll check them out. Absolutely.
With Renova Financial, baby. Jeremy's a cool cat. He's easy.
Absolutely, I'll definitely check them out. I haven't checked out Renova, so.
You know what? All my boys love Renova.
Okay, where are they based out of?
I think they're based out of Illinois, but they're national.
National, nice. I'll definitely look at them.
Santini uses them.
Okay, Santini, yeah.
He's going to put me on.
Okay.
Francesco Palella uses them. Tim Teen uses them. A lot of my buddies use them.
Okay, cool.
Santini's got 100 rentals.
Yeah.
Francesco's got 100 rentals. They do everything with them.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Nice.
Richard Weber was there. Have you ever heard of Richard Weber?
I have not. No.
I talked to this kid. He's 21. All multi-families. He's got 150 units. They got to be 5 is the least he'll do.
Okay.
So 5 to 10 units. He does it all Renova. So.
Oh, sweet.
So big. So they've got. I've never got a DSCR loan with them, but I know they got to be good. There we go. My man. Okay. Cool. So what's an average day look like? You're not getting. I feel like you're getting a ton of units, but I bet you get good 2-3 leads every day, and I don't know, do you do much running around to these houses?
Yeah, I mean, my ideal day, it's not that it happens every day.
Yeah.
But my ideal day.
That's what it's about. I want your ideal day.
It's life you design your life, right? Yeah. That's why we get into real estate. Real estate is the vehicle, so we can do our life when we want, wherever we want, who we want, without looking at a price tag.
No,
right?
Exactly. We align in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to you.
So I try my best to wake up at between 5 and 5:30 a.m. every single morning. I have one of those fancy lights that slowly progress into the room and everything, and plays Fiji music and shit.
No, that's cool, man. That's awesome.
If my dogs don't get me up, and they're two beasts.
Okay. My daughter gets me up because she's 10 months old.
Okay,
so
hey, that's the alarm right
by
there.
6 o'clock, I'm all right, we're getting up.
Leanne and I wake up. We have our call. We do our morning reading together. We're super avid readers. I have a whole library in my house.
Cool.
And then from there, I like to do. I have a 6-person sauna in my house, traditional steam and red light therapy as well. So we go in there. I'll do my red light panels. Thank you to Gary Brecka for hooking me up with those things. I paid for him. He didn't hook me up, but you put me on them,
Well, he should have given it to you.
Yeah. Do the cold plunge.
You got a cold plunge in the house?
Yeah. Do vibration therapy. It's called pulsation therapy. Every now and then I do journaling, not so much anymore. And then pretty much I have a stepper at my house. I do 30 minutes of cardio, take the dogs for a nice walk around the block, get some fresh air, get some grounding. And then, I cook a nice wagyu steak.
Yeah. If you don't know, you got to follow me. He does a wagyu steak every morning. It's so cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So for the longest time, people knew me in my friend group as the Tommy King, because I would have tomahawks all the time. So anytime I travel, I go to all the tomahawk restaurants that have tomahawks, and I get them just to try them.
Yeah.
And literally, I don't know, a year ago, I bought 70 tomahawks.
Sick.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Cardboard Classics up in the Poconos?
Nah.
They WMMR, Preston and Steve, the radio show.
Yeah.
Like this, Cardboard Classics, where you built these giant cardboard ships and take them down the ski hill. Yeah. So every single year we get a lot, 30 of us get this big house in the Poconos. We have a party, and we do the Cardboard Classics. We build a big cardboard ship, and we take it down the mountain. Last year I brought 30 tomahawk steaks and cooked it, and then sent everybody home with one as well. So it was fun. But recently, tomahawk steaks are about,
they're
3 pounds. I'm like, all right, I'm starting to get fat. So I was like, I'll just have a nice wagyu ribeye or a nice wagyu New York strip for breakfast in the morning now.
That's a great breakfast.
Yeah. So that's why I like to start my day.
Where are you getting these steaks? Like,
So it's all different butchers. So like there's the Meat House. There's 322 Barbecue. They have a meat place. Any grocery store really. But then Leanna's family owns a Wagyu ranch Japanese Wagyu ranch out in Nevada. So we're going to start shipping beef home to the house.
Yeah, that should be a plan A.
So a plan, since it's always invest in what you love. So our plan is, since it's been in the family for so long, we want to get acreage out here in PA, like 10 to 20 acres, near like Oxford, Lancaster, somewhere out there, and start breeding Wagyu cattle ourselves, Japanese Wagyu cattle, get the sperm shipped in from Japan, 5 different bloodlines, and start breeding Wagyu cattle here. And make it our ranch. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So I can literally get a high on my own supply, and then for my steak people that are around me, they can enjoy as well.
Oh man, I dig that. What's your monthly steak count?
Bro, you gotta have many rentals.
Yeah, you gotta have a lot of rentals.
Yeah.
So right, I have a steak every day, but it's not Wagyu. I gotta get to your level. Mine's just local and grass fed. Yeah,
grass fed's great.
People out of here.
Grass fed's great, but Leanne and I eat the Wagyu steaks in the morning.
I gotta get on your level. Forget my little poor grass-fed stuff. I'm getting these Wagyu.
Grass-fed ribeye is grass-fed, grass-finished ribeye. It's still really, really good, especially when you know how to cut it. Like, everybody just cuts a steak, right?
No.
There's 3 different steaks in a ribeye. You have the top cap, you have the center, and then you have the end. The top cap is the most tender.
It's the best part. Are you out of your mind?
So it's like, you need to cut that, and you eat it.
I eat it separately.
It's an art, man. It's
okay. I'm glad that we're speaking the same language. If you eat that all together, you are a serial. What are you doing? You gotta eat them separately. Yeah. Oh man, I think that. Heck yeah, I get mine from the Amish.
Okay.
So I'm not getting bad steaks. I'm getting
that's better than going to the grocery store.
Oh, we never go to a grocery store.
Yeah.
My lady is such a big, like, earthy, crunchy person. She put me onto a lot of this stuff. But we only eat from local farms for the most part. We try.
Yeah, down there in Delaware where I live, there's a Wagyu farm not too far from us called Ramsey's Wagyu Farm.
Okay.
And we get stuff from there too. Yeah, but we're all about the two shopping. We want to. We're like the people that we want to have our own sustainability farm, but we're not farmers. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I don't much. Like, I was just out in Nevada for 2 weeks and doing the whole ranch thing. Messing around with Wagyu cattle, messing around with, goats and shit, and then skiing, on the mountains in Lake Tahoe. And that's just not for me. No, I'll hire a handler to do all that stuff, but I'll sure damn benefit from the meat,
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? You're stacking all these rentals. You don't got to get somebody else.
Fresh chicken, stuff like that. But that would be great.
No, I dig that. Yeah, I'm not on your level with all the bio stuff. I'd like to be one day, but I'm just learning all about it. So I do the saunas. I do the grounding every day, barefoot.
Yep.
I do a little bit of the breath work in the morning, get the sunlight in. I do all that. I do all that stuff. But catch me in a year. I'll be at the Wagyu, a red light on this vibration machine or whatever you said.
Yeah, man. And then we see an anti-aging doctor up in there's an office in Ben Salem, Cherry Hill, Levittown, and hopefully soon in Westchester, Red Rose Rejuvenation, Dr. Kepko. He does a lot of professional athletes, bodybuilders, influencers, stuff like that. He even does Gronkowski's family.
Oh, good out.
Yeah. I don't know if he still does, but that was like a year ago, 2 years ago.
But he's done it.
Yeah, but he's done it. But he's done it. And this guy is amazing. He's better than any traditional medicine doctor I've ever experienced. And I've been going to him for Leanne and I have been going to him for the last 4 years, getting our family to go there.
You do a traditional medicine doctor?
Oh, no.
I'm out on that.
They suck.
I'm smarter, I think, than that.
Oh,
I'm not being sarcastic.
No, you absolutely are.
I've done enough.
The traditional medicine only treats you for when it's a problem, and then they maintenance you. Where
they're giving you pills.
Yep. That's all
I
they
don't
want
wanna take any
because they get paid by the insurance companies.
Yeah.
So
Who are also owned by the same companies at the farm that own the pharma company.
Yep. Yeah. So it's like, seeing an anti-aging doctor that does your genetics, does extensive blood packet labs like this, and he looks into the future and it's like, hey, I know what your 40-year-old liver is going to look like, your 40-year-old heart, because you have these certain genetics that mom and dad gave you or your grandfather gave you, not even your dad. Like it skipped a generation. This is why you have these certain things. Nobody sits down with you and ever shows you that. And he's drawing little pictures like cartoons, like teaching you and everything. You go to your regular doctor, you get a lab done. They're like, all right, see you in 6 months. You might be dead. I don't know, but we'll figure it out from there.
Oh, by the way, we only did a quick lipid panel. I didn't test for anything that matters.
Yeah. So traditional medicine's a joke.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I love biohacking. It's always been, our goal is to live to 120, to see, the world and, our families and just have a overall great life. Because I think it's very doable. I mean, if you look at blue zones, people live till, I don't know, from Social Security standpoint, people live to like, the 340, but from a blue zone standpoint,
they don't. Yeah, I fuck with you, Henry. I knew I was going to like you a lot. This is good.
But from a blue zone standpoint, people will live to like 130, 140, and if you look at them, they're like sharp as an ox. Like I was out there shooting skeet earlier. I shoot skeet every Wednesday with my dad.
Super cool.
And I'm the youngest cat there. The youngest cat after me is my dad, and my dad's 60 years old. It's all like 75, 85, 90-year-old dudes.
Dude, that's really
shooting
that's cool.
Skeet, and they're smacking the clay bird, every single one. Out of 50 shots, I'm like hitting 8. They're shooting like 48 out of 50.
They're ripping.
And I'm like, dude, my dad can barely even see like the wording in front of him. These guys are freaking showing us up left and right, and it's like, that's so cool. Like,
that's what I want to be at that age.
Absolutely. But it's super fun. I love guns. I love all that shit.
Yeah, there we go, man. I dig it. Heck yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man, you got a cool thing going.
Yeah,
God bless.
Absolutely.
You have any kids?
I do. I have 2 4-legged kids.
There we go.
James Blonde is his name. He's a big Bully XL 100-pound boy. His head's like yay big. And then I have Francis. He's a Staffordshire Terrier we rescued from Philly Bully Team up here. We love Philly Bully Team. They're great. And then we got the other one from a breeder up in New York.
Okay, so someone breaks into your house, you don't even have to take the guns out.
There's plenty of guns everywhere. Yeah, there's plenty of guns everywhere. But
the dogs are going to eat
the dogs, yeah. I'm ready for war at any time.
I dig that. All right. Hey, don't bring in a Jake's house.
It's not me you have to worry about. It's Leanne. She's a Rambo. She's SWAT team, Navy SEAL shit. Man, we do gun training. We do tactical gun training where we'll have like an ex-narco or an ex-SWAT team trainer, or any type of high up tactical guy. We'll go to a space and he'll like push us over while we're shooting. He'll jam our gun while we're shooting. He'll throw something at us and like put us in all these different variations to where it's real life gunfighting. Well, you're not fighting with someone, you're shooting targets.
No, I get that.
Like we're running, we're dodging, we're doing coverage versus is this coverage where it's a solid brick wall, or is this a pallet of wood? Learning different angles, running, shooting, sliding, unloading clip, not knowing how many bullets are in your magazine at any given time because they'll just give you random ones and just run with it. He'll trip you real quick.
Figure out like what the weight is.
Yeah. So like we do a lot of that stuff because, you never know what this world will do one day.
Man, you Armageddon comes, I'm going to your house.
You want to be prepared.
Yeah.
You just want to be a savage and be able to survive.
I think that, yeah. I'm going to your house if everything goes down, you know what I mean? And if the guns jam and the dogs are busy, I'll choke them and kill them.
Yeah, that's what the flamethrower's for.
You got a flamethrower?
Couple.
Do you? I think that's... Man, I live in Philly. I need to get some of these.
Yeah, that's just not allowed here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm just going to guns in general, probably.
No, you can. Yeah, everyone's going to gun.
Yeah, okay. Good.
No. They pack it up in Philly. Oh, yeah, they keep the heater on them here.
Good, man. Maybe not accurate.
No, not accurate. No. And maybe one pistol with the whole square block shares it.
Oh man, Jesus. So man, what about you? How's real estate been? You know, on your end?
Very, very good for the most. Like you, I have done one or two little rebuilds in my journey, but right now I'm very happy with where my business is. I am not exactly where my end goal is, but I feel like that's the case for most of us.
Always.
You know, but I'll tell you what, where I am now, 2 years ago, I would have been delighted to be where I am right now.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You know, it's like we always hound ourselves. We're always so hard on ourselves. And then now, like, oh, why am I not further?
Yeah.
Why am I not, at this certain pinnacle yet? And then we look hindsight 2020 and we're like, holy shit, that's where I was just a year ago.
Yes.
And it's like, it's just crazy how hard we are on today, even though we know we're going to get to that next level. But then we get to that, at least for me, get to that next level and the bar gets risen right there. And I forget to enjoy the gratification and the satisfaction of hitting that level because I immediately raise the bar again. And I don't know if that's just entrepreneurship or just like certain mindsets. Like, have you ever read the book Gapper's Gain?
No.
I haven't either.
Oh, God. All right.
People say, oh, you need this book. And I'm like, I don't know. But, that's something I do struggle with. It's like, you have success and you get to a certain point and then just like, all right, let's raise the roof again. Yeah. And you forget to live in the moment and you get hard on yourself. I don't know about you.
Yeah, well, you know what I do? I used to be like that so much that now I am better about enjoying the moment because, like, I've had to I don't know if you watch any of my stuff. I've rebuilt like probably 2-3 different times.
Okay.
And right now, look, I live a very minimalist lifestyle. I make so much more.
You got a driver too, right?
Yeah, but my business has a driver.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, true. It's the truth. I do have a driver, but I still have like a very minimalist lifestyle. So like, I make so much more than I need. So like, I do get to live in like I feel I used to be so broken poor. So like every single day I'm at a point where like I realize, oh shit, my life is so much better like than it has been. So I'm very pleased, but not at my end goal yet.
Not at your potential that you know you can.
Exactly. And I'm always striving to get to my potential. Like I have everything I want in my life, like, and especially I like to break things up in 90-day increments.
Of course.
Like everything I want throughout that year, and also in my 90-day increments, I have right in the wall and right near where I work. I look at it every single day, all my affirmations, everything like it's important to me and stuff. But yeah, things are pretty good. I'm pretty right now aligned with where I should be at the stage.
Nice. Yeah, I see. Yeah, like last time I talked to you, you had a deal in Delaware. So it's like you're doing deals all over the place.
Yeah, I am doing about a deal a week. My ultimate, like my business plan and my marketing spend allows me to do about a deal a week, and the income is very, very good. Yeah. And I'm super blessed.
Yeah.
And I get other stuff that comes into me through social media, but it's not like I look at that as like my social media's business, not necessarily my.
Of course, I see on the cake.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really count that into like my normal acquisitions of my main business,
Right.
But we're growing. I just got a sales guy to take over part of the workload for me. I got my driver, but that's just because I'm my main acquisitions guy, and it allows me to buy back like 3 hours, minimum 3 hours of my time, because I can do all my work in the car with him while he's driving me around to all my BS. You know what I'm saying? And then when I come home, then I don't have to spend another 3 hours doing stupid BS. I can just be with my wife and kid.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, dude, power to you, man, because wholesale is definitely an art.
Yeah, and there's ups and downs also.
Right, always adjusting to the market, what marketing was working, what isn't, any regulations that come out.
Yeah.
But I never had a knack for it. I tried it in the beginning, completely sucked at it, wasted a lot of money on it.
Oh, bro, you can definitely waste a lot of money with it.
Man, I'm just going to stick to what I'm good at, what I know, and that's it.
And I think that's what you should do. That's really good. One day I will be a landlord. I'm sure I'd love to have 150 is coming
this year for sure.
I'm
shooting for 200. 200 this year.
2,000.
Well, this year 200. I won't press the brakes until I get to like maybe 750.
I dig that. Let me ask. So, what would you say your equity is in your portfolio?
30%. Right around 30%. Yeah.
That's pretty good, and God bless you.
Yeah, so it's definitely, yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, no, yeah, you guys are doing well. You eat some wagyus every day. Let's go.
But,
Heck yeah.
equity is cool and all. But I like a lot of people, they invest for equity or future, appreciation. They have their 8-ball and they're shaking it. And like, appreciation, 3% a year. It's like you're gambling, it's speculation. You can, of course, like real estate always goes up, but it's like the only way you tap into that appreciation or that equity is if you sell. What truly matters is debt pay down and cash flow.
Yeah.
They're the only two numbers. Not even really debt pay down, just cash flow. Yeah. You can't live off of equity. You can't live off of appreciation. So, equity's cool and all, but at the end of the day, like, your properties could go to zero, and if you're an equity investor, you're screwed. You have no...
What was all this for?
What was all this for? But if you have cash flow, an income-producing property that will always pay you no matter what, that's all you need. You need the income, because it's like a 401k, right? You take a 401k and say it has $1 million in it. You retire, and every single month you're dwindling down on that 401k. What happens if you're a landlord and you invested it for equity? You start selling off property per property per property, and eventually you have no more property to sell to support your income, your lifestyle. So it's like keep the golden goose that produces many golden eggs.
I dig that. I dig.
That's my motto.
And how many rentals did it take for y'all to be able to live? Because I'm sure you guys are living off cash flow now at this point.
Yeah, cash flow. We do flips too.
Yeah.
We do flips too. We have 3 of our biggest flips ever in 2024, which was awesome. 3 6-figure flips.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, 2 in PA, 2 in PA, 1 in Delaware, which was freaking awesome. Which really helped.
Man, shame on whatever wholesaler gave you that deal. You guys should have given it for work.
Two were actually, my deals. One was a family referral, and the other one was the other one was a wholesale. So it was 3 different ones.
Okay.
One different category, I should say. So that was really cool. We don't do much flipping really, but if they do come up, we'll do. It's kind of weird flipping now. Like, I've done the BRRRR strategy, and I've never had to answer to a home inspection or a realtor. I don't want to say realtor, but I'll say I'll say realtor. They're not really smart. They know real estate sales. That's about it. They don't know most of them don't know real estate.
Have taxable income. You probably hate that.
Yeah, I pay like no taxes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do pay tax.
Yeah, well, you have to get with a nice strategic accountant and advisor that helps you with tax planning and everything like that, and that costs a lot of money. You need the proper entity structures, estate structure, estate planning, trusts, all that stuff. Like, I have a North Dakota trust. All the money flows up from different series LLCs from Delaware to Nevada to Wyoming to PA. Boom. All that crazy shit. So I pay little to no tax. Okay. All using the IRS code book.
Yeah.
100% legal.
I'm new to getting all this money, so I'm just starting to get real good at actual, real accountants. And now I'm starting to put all this into place.
Yeah, because it's not about what you make. It's about how much you keep. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you this, bro, but it's really, really true.
Yeah, you could have a so-called rich person over here that makes $1 million a year, but then pays the most taxes and spends $1 million a year. And the guy over here making $50K knows the IRS code book, saves, invests, and he's worth more than that guy. So it's money's funny.
Yeah, I try to be like the millionaire next door.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a Ford F-150?
No, but
in the book it's like, most millionaires have a Ford F-150.
Yeah. You know what? I have a used Hyundai, but I'll get to the Ford.
Yeah. That's cool, man. It's cool. So I got you this book right here.
Bro,
so this is our newest book. We never did a book before, but
saying it's the newest book makes it sound way better.
So we hit Amazon bestseller in the month of February. It's been a long thing in the making, 4 years now. I've always wanted to write a book. One, because I barely even read books when I was a kid. I barely could read because they were just giving me the wrong books to read. And I just thought it was really cool to give back in a different way. And book 2 is on its way, all about private money this time.
I love that. I dig that. Heck yeah.
Gift for you and for having me on.
Bro, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you so much. Before we wrap up, is there anything you want to leave the audience with, or what?
Oh, man. What I would say is put your head down, work in the shadows, and build an empire for your legacy. You know, don't let all the noise in. Just focus on doing deals. I don't know.
Yeah, do deals. That's it.
Do deals and eat wagyu steak.
Yeah, buddy. My God, thank you so much.
Nice,
Man, all right, everybody, happy hunting.